Get in here, get in here, get in here, man. So, everybody, did you know Jesse Jackson and Ramona Edlin got sued for inventing the term African American? And Mr. Avis J. Smith, which is the plaintiff, versus Ramona Edlin and Reverend Jesse Jackson as the defendant. And here go the case number, if you care to look it up, right here. And the one who sued them, he had wrote a book, and he talks about what happened, right? But the weird thing is about it, you can't find Mr. Smith's picture nowhere on the internet. And I wonder why. But the book was published in 2015, right? The book focuses on a court case filed in the District Court of Washington against Reverend Jesse Jackson and Ramona Edlin by Avis J. Smith in response to a meeting titled the African American Summit held in 1989. At this meeting, 5 prominent black reverends, right? As you can see the names right here, right?
Why are you not African? You're just only American?
Yeah, I'm American.
Okay, explain.
So my most recent descendants are literally from Central America and North America, indigenous Black Americans. They have the same color, the same melanin content, but they are not from Africa. I can't name any country in Africa. What I'm saying is that if I take a test right now, I could say some Italian, some German, some Australian up in there, 13% Ghanaian, 19% Nigerian, like who knows and who cares? But what I'm saying is that my immediate ancestors are American. Oh, yeah. Mine.
Are they Black?
They're Black, but they're not African. So different. The whole thing about African booty scratchers and even why Black Americans have been called African booty scratchers is because the white people have classified us all as coming from Africa because we're all Black. And that's where the whole like falsified information has come, where we all come from the Atlantic slave trade and all the Black people were just shipped here to this country and all over. That's not true. We were already here. Like we were already here lining up every part of the world.
But if what you're saying is true, then you are more Hispanic or Asian than you are Black, because before the transatlantic slave trade, there was what they call Paleo Indian, which those individuals.
No, and once again, you're misinformed, and that's that's nice.
I'm not saying that's the only people that were here, but
yeah,
they have Paleo Indians, which the Aztec came from, which the Aztec, the Inca, those tribes came from what is called Asia to some extent.
What I'm saying is that with the transatlantic Atlantic slave trade, like you've been like misinformed to think that there were only, paleo, like white colored Indians essentially that were here. That's not true. There were Black people here, or as people say, the Moors or whatever you want to call it. There were Black people here indigenously, like they were across the whole world.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and I hate to beat a dead horse. I actually did a video similar to this one, right? The black man from Africa was saying that if Black people don't identify as being African, that they have a mental illness. I'm not taking cues from anybody that just now had books within the last 60 years. The fuck are we talking about here? Not only that, I'm really not talking to a person that don't know my history. And 2, I'm not like listening to a person that trusts European history that's reworked and rewritten and remixed. You don't know shit. Just because you got brown skin don't mean we all are from Africa. There's black and brown skinned people in Australia. There's black and brown skinned people in like every part of the world, even Iceland. The fuck are we talking about here? Sounds stupid. Black skinned people in Canada, black skin. I'm not talking about the immigrants. Black skinned people in South America, dark ass Guatemalans. They darker than me. It doesn't mean that they're the same thing as me, but they are melanated people. What she was getting at was that the people were here that were indigenous, they were dark skinned. It wasn't, a lot of people are used to that propaganda of the Plains Indians that they show you on television, or the Red Indians, the ones that crossed the Bering Straits. Now old girl took it back to the Moors, which was 1500s, right? Around the time as the conquistadors came here from Spain. But I'm not even going back that far. Matter of fact, I go back further. Actually, Christopher Columbus sailed here. He sailed sailed to the Americas, namely the Hispaniola Islands. He said when he got off the ships, there were dark-skinned people. He confused them for Indians because there's Indians darker than me, and they don't look like them little pygmy Hispanic Latino people from Central or South America. And the dude she was talking to sounded like a jackass, talking about, well, you're more Asian and Hispanic. There wasn't no such thing as Hispanic until the fucking conquistadors came here, sir, from Spain. Stupid. People need to read books, or at least take notes. Either read books, take notes, so you have things within context. You sound crazy. And it perplexes me how he thinks that there would be Hispanic people or even Asian people, but there wouldn't have been other, I don't know, Africanoid or dark-skinned indigenous people. It sounds crazy. Now, the Asian people, or as most people refer to them, namely as the Eskimos, right, that crossed the Bering Straits to get into the Americas. But it perplexes me because the Moors had sailed around the world before anybody, even Europeans. So to think that indigenous people couldn't have been like dark skin is beyond me. When you have people in Central America and South America, I know Mexicans is darker than me, right? People I got a homegirl. She's from New York. She's married to a dude that's from Ecuador. He's darker than I am. I mean, however you want to slice it, he may be of Latino descent or Hispanic descent. He's still dark skinned. He's a melanated person. So that's all we're saying, is that people that were here were of a melanated complexion. They were dark skinned, which would make them black. I don't know why people don't fucking get this. Now, black people use the title black as actually an ethnic signifier or ethnic descriptor, but it's literally what race is categorized as, right? Just complexion. White, fair skin, that's white people, and then you have brown to dark skin, that's black people. So it doesn't matter if they were whatever the fuck. It could have even been Asian, or like he said, Asian and Hispanic. They were dark skinned. It's a black person. It's like, but I'm not even gonna go that far. Actually, I already did. But what I will say is, you have people in Australia, the Aboriginals. If there's Aboriginals there, then they would have to have Aboriginals here, or Aboriginals in Canada, which they do, or Aboriginal people in the South Americas. The people in Mexico, the Aboriginal, quote unquote, Mexican nationals, they don't even speak Spanish. The people from the Yucatan Peninsula, the people, I forgot what the Awakoan people, or I don't know why the hell I always forget how to say it, but yeah, like, what are we talking about here, bro? And it's so, it's so, it's actually depressing, because it's like, this stuff is in books. I could make this shit up if I tried. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do, and I'm out.